Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, I can hear the smirk in your voice. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So what is a smirk? A smirk is a type of a face that individuals make when they know, A, they have one over on you, B, they are attempting to pull one over on you, or C, they are looking to do that. Now, a smirk is usually a subtle way for an individual to let another individual know something's up. And that other individual most times does not know what's going on, but at times they do. If the two people know each other extremely well, you can just make a look to somebody and you can read their eyes, if you know what I'm talking about. But with a narcissist, the smirk is means something completely different. What this means is, yes, their diabolical, sinister plans are unfolding right before your very eyes, and many times they will give you a smirk. Example, let's just give you a real life one, like that I hear about frequently. People come home and the narcissist is not home. And what happens? The narcissist gets home late, and then the person, alleged person, is like, hey, the narcissist finally comes home and the person's like, hey, where have you been? What's going on? And the person receives a smirk. In other words, I know where I've been, I know what I was doing, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to downplay it, give you a little smirk and walk right past you. Basically invalidate you, not give you the answer you're looking for. And they are letting you know in no uncertain terms that they will continue to do what they are doing. And yes, they do know what they're doing. I hope you followed all that. Now, I can hear the smirk through your voice. What that means is, as the thumbnail mentions, it's the same thing, but now you're not with the narcissist. You are, let's say you're talking to them over the phone, or you are texting them, or voice recorded message, however you want it to be, or even an email. When you read between the lines and you actually understand what narcissism is, and that this relationship you were a part of and or are a part of involves a toxic individual, the smirk is a pivotal thing. It's a pivotal time or way to understand that, yes, the narcissist is up to no good again. And the smirk, let's use a text as an example. So they text you something and you're like, oh my gosh, I get it. So you read between the lines because you probably just wrote them a whole paragraph of information. They wrote back maybe one or two words, maybe a half a sentence with fumbled English. And you're like, yep, I can already see the smirk on their face as they're writing that. Think about it. I can already see the smirk on their face, hear the smirk, whatever you want. But this is what the narcissist is doing. Now go back, using that illustration, wherever the narcissist was when they sent you that poor written text in fumbled English, because you deserved a full paragraph back, but they didn't do that because they're invalidating you and devaluing you, and they want to let you know how little they care about you. When they're doing that, imagine, if you will, for a moment, the smirk on the narcissist's face. That's what I'm talking about. They will give themselves a little smirk like, yep, got it. And that's all they do. And they do this frequently. Now go back in time when you first met the narcissist. Of course, remember, you would see some strange behaviors. You would experience some poor behaviors. You would tolerate both. But one thing you never picked up on early, I am almost certain, is their smirk. The smirk, again, it's a seldomly used word. At least I don't use it that often. I've used it more in this video than I've probably used it my whole entire life. But the point being is, this is part of the narcissist's arsenal. It's part of their weapons, the toolbox, if you will. Because the smirk, it subtly tips you off that, yes, they're up to no good. Yes, they've probably just done something. Yes, they're planning on something bigger. Perhaps they're doing something behind the scenes, trying to implode another relationship that you're a part of, or drive a wedge between another relationship you're a part of. Or maybe you just, let's put it this way, let's say you just got married. Well, as soon as those wedding bells rang, or a day or two afterwards, maybe a little bit longer, what happened? You would see the smirk. Why would you see the smirk? I'll tell you why. Because now you have a ring on your finger, and they do too. And they now know they have you. And that is a subtle, insidious, creepy way for them to tell you, yep, I got you. Yep. And you're like, what is going on? Like, where is this person I married, or the person I was supposed to have married before the wedding bells rang? Well, that person is gone, because now the ring is on your finger, and the narcissist will slowly, insidiously begin to devalue you. Drop comments below, help the newbies out, and share with the community your wisdom for you veterans. You know what I'm talking about. The smirk is something. Look at any picture, if you still have pictures of the narcissist. Take a close look at some of these pictures, whether you are in them or not. I'm not, and by the way, I'm not trying to trigger anybody at all. No, 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 no. If pictures are triggering you, don't look at them. If you've deleted them and removed them all, God bless you, get rid of them, that's great. But maybe just a mental picture in your memory of a certain photograph that perhaps you've already let go of. Was the narcissist smiling ear to ear? Maybe. Or did they have that smirk where they didn't show any teeth? It was just kind of like that. I'll bet you have many pictures like that, or many memories of pictures like that, or many memories of that smirk being delivered to you for many different reasons. Think about what I'm sharing with you. This is exactly what the narcissist does. Now, I'm not saying that anyone can't smirk. Of course, we all can. But usually we don't have to hide behind a mask and or disguise our emotions, just like the narcissist. That is why the narcissist smirks, because they don't want to be their authentic, genuine selves. Because why? Because they can't be their genuine, authentic selves. That's why they hide behind a smirk. Think about it. Same thing. You're spending quality time with the narcissist way back then when you didn't know they were a narcissist, of course. And what would happen? You would be sharing some time and relaxing when you could, maybe once a month, maybe once every 6 months, maybe once a year, whenever that happened. But you would, and then they would bring up some of their alleged good friends, and they would say maybe not good things about their friends, or maybe their immediate family members, or maybe even their own children. And what they would do there is they would be testing you. And when they said these negative things about virtually anybody, and believe me, they were saying negative things about you when you weren't with them. I understand that. But the point is, when they were saying not so good things about virtually anybody but themselves, they would throw a smirk on, because they were testing you. They were seeing how much of their poor behavior you would tolerate. They were seeing if you would jump on the bandwagon. They were seeing if you would take a bite of the forbidden fruit, which is not being yourself and being an extension of the narcissist. This is how the narcissist leads people down the road of destruction. These narcissistic relationships, remember, they're built on manipulation, lies, untruths, partial truths, no truths. They're built on little bubbles, little groups of individuals, alleged high school friends, people from the past. They're built on getting one over on you and or other individuals. And they're built on smirks. It's true. It's completely true. Think about your boss when you would go into the workplace, and perhaps your boss was a workplace bully. If that person was your boss, my heart goes out to you. I worked with many of them. Having said that, many times or at times you would be called into the boss's office. Maybe it was a biannual review. Maybe it was a special project that you had to undertake. Maybe it was, this is a classic right here. Watch this one. Many times the narcissist, when you don't have the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, many times the narcissist will either and by the way, this is the business relationship, and say they're your direct boss or the owner or whatever you want to call it. Many times they will invite you out to lunch, maybe just the two of you, maybe the two of you and a third individual who you are close with, so you're comfortable. Or and I'll focus on that. When they invite you out to lunch, you think, wow, hey, I'm making it. These people like me. The owner's taking me out to lunch. This is great. Not so fast. What's happening there is the narcissist, who turned out to be the owner of the company and or your boss, whichever for this video, what they were doing is they were inviting you out to get some one-on-one time with you, away from the office, and perhaps to see what made you tick, to see who your friends were, your social circle, your network, your education, what your dreams, hopes, aspirations are, if you have children, if you can work weekends, holidays, your birthday, etc. And also they would be dipping their toe of the distrust water, which means they would be asking you how your coworkers are, how are things going? And then they would ask you about certain particular individuals. And you're like, why are you asking me about these people? They're fine, there's no issues here, everything's good. They're trying to dig up dirt. Now, here's where the rub happens. During this lunch, either you tell them the truth, which is, hey, everything's going great. I have no concerns with anybody. I love the company. Thank you for taking me out to lunch. Everything's good. And if that was you, because that certainly was me, well, what happens there is now the narcissist, i.e. your boss, the person just paid for lunch, they will twist their narrative and say that you said things that you didn't say. Boom, smear campaign's underway. You're now the target. And here we go for another round of abuse in the workplace with the workplace bully, i.e. the narcissist. The second way is if you actually did say some not good things about coworkers on that secret lunch or the lunch with the boss, well, then now you're really giving the narcissist ammo, aren't you? Yes. What will happen there? Well, that information will get spread and or trickled back to those individuals who don't want to know about it or shouldn't know about it, i.e. the people that you're not happy with or perhaps are not working as diligently as they should be. And again, what happens? You are the bad guy. You're the person with the target on your back. That is why these lunches with the boss, i.e. you're the owner of the company, whoever, when you really need to put your guard up there. And if you think otherwise, think again, because there is a reason that you have been invited to these lunches. Think about it. It's many times to do reconnaissance, to see you out of the work environment and to see what makes you tick. But why I'm sharing all that is because the next time you get called into the boss's office after that lunch, maybe a few weeks pass, what does the narcissist do? Well, they're sitting in their chair, elevated a little higher up than you, and they are giving you what? That's right, they're giving you the smirk. They are saying, guess what? I got you. And guess what? I'm gonna continue to drill you over and over and over again. I'm gonna make you work on holidays. I'm gonna make you work on weekends. I'm gonna devalue you. The smear campaign's already well underway. There's no place you can turn to. I'm gonna make your life miserable so you will not stay here in the company and you will look elsewhere for work. That's what these people do. That's what they want to do. And that's what they do all over the globe. So guys, this is gonna be a shorter video, but I wanted to let you know about the smirk. Think about it and drop comments below. That's what these individuals do. They give you this side look, this, not like I do in the opening of the video, although perhaps that is it, but they more or less give you a smile without showing teeth and or a quick smirk, like that. And that means that they're up to no good, which virtually they are every single day of their lives. But that is an indicator. If you've seen that look and you know what I'm talking about, drop comments below. But the point is, there's no reason to be, if you're in a stable or healthy relationship and you give your partner a smirk, that 9 times out of 10 is coming out of a loving place. You're kind of like joking between the lines. You're communicating without verbal words. You understand each other. But when that comes from the narcissist, it's anything but that. It means put your antenna up, get ready for something, because the other shoe's gonna drop, because the narcissist either has done something, is about to do something, or is planning to do something. One of those 3 things, but that's what happens when you're in these toxic narcissistic relationships. Nothing is as it seems. And my suggestion is, if you are in one, to look to exit it as soon as you can. If not now, when? If you don't have the means, I get it, but put a plan in place, have an exit plan, and understand that where you are today is not where you will be tomorrow. Things do get better, things do improve. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed, continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And focus on what I'm sharing with you, the smirk, the narcissistic smirk. You can read it in an email. You can read it in a text. You can see it on their face when you're in person with them. You can hear it through the phone. You can hear that little pause that they're just waiting for you to say something, that awkward silence, and they're smirking. They're like, well, what are you gonna do? You gonna take the bait or not? Understand, and you were playing that, you were in a relationship, in a competition with this individual, the narcissist, that you never even knew existed. Now you're getting the wisdom on my channel. And the path, I'll tell you right now, is to go no contact, block them, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That's the path. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, utilize Grey Rock. But cease to share information about your situation, your circumstances, your hair color, who you're dating, etc. Understand the message. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, you guys. Have a great night. Bye.